What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Another episode. Back to the what is it, Red Ninja, Eddie?
The whip.
Yeah. Okay, he's putting the 18-inch wheels on this car, and he said he's not gonna push it. I don't know how much that is true, but
That's what
let's see.
for.
But today we are tuning Jacob's car. Jacob, right?
Yeah.
All right. It's almost a complete bolt-on except for the turbo, right?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, you have intercooler pipes. All right. Is that ATS intake?
Correct.
And you have stock turbo, ID 1300s, and you got a wide mouth AMS. Yeah, pretty much. Complete bolt-on. We're doing a flex fuel tune, which is awesome. I love flex fuel tunes. What's your power goals?
At least 420, 400.
400? Okay, that's gonna be tough, but we'll try. All right, so let's get started. So as always with flex fuel tune, I have scaled the MAF, scaled the injectors on the street, make sure everything is all right, make sure the fueling on a wide open throttle on the street is okay as well. Apart from that, all things being normal, the only difference in this car versus the other car, the client is literally asking me to max out his turbo. So typically I do not do that, but I think this time I'm gonna go for it. First run with boost at 24 psi, tapering down to 18, 19 by red line. We're making 340. It's a little lean up top, like 11.8 by red line, but that's all right because we're not really running that much boost. But I don't know how the customer drives, so I'm gonna richen it up a little bit by red line. Making minor changes to timing curve right now. And I adjusted the Myvec timing as well, and I'm basically following or adjusting for the curve that I just saw where the peak torque comes in when I hit throttle early.
Link engaged.
Okay, good.
So boost still being the same, just added a little bit of timing and mostly just changed the timing curve and created an extra 10 horsepower it looks like. I'm really happy with the way the car feels. It's smooth, it builds boost quick, and you know the curve is just nice. This is probably one of the smoother cars that I've tuned, and I really don't want to push a 93 since he's going to get a flex fuel anyway. So I'm just going to try maybe adding a couple of degrees of timing, see what that gets me, and if there's no significant gain, then I'm not really going to push it.
So everything going well. We made a significant amount of power just cleaning out the timing a bit. Still no knock. I'm running 24 pounds of boost. Myvec isn't even like in the 30s, it's in like the mid 20s, maybe 28, 22, 25. And we're making, yeah, like 330 something. It's good, in the right direction. I don't want to put too much on the 93. There's really no point because, again, he's on flex fuel.
And from my experience, people who running flex fuel never really run true 93. They might go to like 30%, 20%, but never really 93. All right.
Link engaged.
So with the added timing, we really did not make that much of a horsepower difference. So I am going to leave it here and switch to fuels. As mentioned before, I don't know anyone who runs a flex fuel tune and runs pure 93. This customer is no different. So what we're going to do now is change the fuels to X98, try to get as high as possible, and then make max power on that.
We just changed the fuel to X98, and it's we're getting 90% close to it. I'm sure that'll go down eventually. About to do our first run. No changes other than just the fuel. Same boost, same timing, just scaling, and that's about it. I'm expecting it to be a little bit lean because I'm running 92%, but it'll be all right.
Link engaged.
So on the first hit of the ethanol tune, this was no change from the 350 horsepower run on 93. All I did was just scale the injectors, and that's basically it. I kept the timing, fuel, everything the same, and we made significant amount of power. So it does ethanol does make more power even with the same fuel and timing as you would on 93. I am going to try to up the boost a bit and increase the timing, but the stock wastegates with a stock turbo, they really don't hold up boost that well, even with grim speed and whatever you might have. Sometimes I go 100% wastegate duty cycle around like 6.5 7,000 RPMs, and it still doesn't hold boost properly. So on this run, we made 376. It really did not. I added some wastegate from the previous run. It didn't make that much of a difference, but whatever little difference it did make some power. So I'm going to increase the wastegate a bit more.
So even though the first run, I was running like 12.1, and then during spool I was running like 12.8, 12.5 on 92%. I still brought it down a bit below 12, but very high 11s. That's where I like my high ethanol content fuel to be, in between like 12 and 11.8. And
Link engaged.
since this is going to be daily, I just put it to 11.8.
So I have managed to get 27 pounds out of this, and yet, yeah, by red line it's still like 20 psi. I am going to try to increase the boost just a little bit more. Again, the customer wants me to just max out this turbo, which I typically don't do. Normally I would just stop right here and leave some on the table, but he wants to go all the way.
Link engaged.
So we're very close to the goal, maybe by a couple of horsepowers. At this point, you know, I'm looking to the client like, hey, do you want me to stop? This is a completely stock motor, no cams, no nothing, stock turbo as well, with just fuel and e85 tune. But he does want his 2 horsepower, so let's continue.
Ask Jacob, does he want that 2 little horses?
Link engaged.
So we were able to reach our goals of 400, and I think there's still maybe like, it could go to like 415 or something like that, but absolutely no point. You're not going to really feel the 10-15 horsepower difference. But the customer is very happy. I personally would stop on a stock head and stock bottom end, and you know, E85, probably around 380, maybe 385. But this is a flex fuel customer right now. The last one was at, I think, 82 or 83% ethanol. We started a little higher, but it got lower as we started doing pulls. So overall, this was a successful day, and Jacob was very happy. Final numbers are he's made 350 on 93 and around 400 on 85, so he'll always be somewhere in between that. Just want to take this time to address very common themed questions that I get from people on the emails and on my channel. I can all sum it up, all the problems that you're having, with one thing, which is be patient. Do not rush to a solution. You must have, I have a rule where I use at least 3 credible sources. When I do research, credible mean first-hand experience, and sleep on it. Don't try to, you know, solve a problem right away. This is your own car. You have time. Time is one thing that you do have, but I don't have that. So I had to learn how to really diagnose accurately and quickly through my career. And I'm still collecting questions. I've answered a few. There's more that I'm going to answer on the next couple of videos. So if you do have any questions that you want me to put and answer on these videos, please email me your questions at youtube@bdalchemist.com and put the subject questions. Now, if it's a private question, a personal question that you don't want to be aired, please mention that. And thank you guys so much for the love. I feel blessed to be in this community and all the support that everybody gives. And please subscribe and keep watching. Stay tuned.
Okay.
Because I see like actually shifting at 5K. You can U-turn.
Well, turn around.
Yeah. What is that?
That?
Yeah. It's like a TV. What are you doing? Go. Go and make a U-turn.
Over there?
There's no cups over here, so we're good.